This is my recipe for Saturday night pizza. It's an alternative to a takeaway, and if you're watching this, you've obviously managed the whole week cooking with me, which I'm really pleased about, and I hope you've enjoyed the meals that you've done. The ingredients that we need are as follows. We have got some tomato pasta sauce, which is out of a jar, but it's a really nice quality one. I've got some cherry tomatoes and yellow peppers. I've got some sweet corn, some ham, mozzarella cheese, and in here is a little bit of cheddar and parmesan cheese that I had hanging around my fridge. I like mine really cheesy. And a bit of an extra twist, it's optional, but I've got some pesto sauce here. So there are two ways of doing pizza. You can use your pizza base with ready roll puff pastry, which I have here on this tray, or you can make some homemade bread dough. I've got a really great single rice bread recipe that's already been blogged on the internet, so if you look out for my bread recipe, this is it here. I've got a mixture of wholemeal and white flour, and to make the same size pizza I'd probably use half the quantity. The rest of the bread, well, you can stick the dough in the fridge overnight and make rolls for breakfast, which I think is a brilliant idea because it's 2 meals out of 1 and it's homemade bread as well as a pizza. Really good idea. Tonight I'm going to use the ready roll puff pastry. I've got one of these really good silicone sheets, but if you've got some greaseproof paper, I recommend that you put that on your baking tray so your pastry doesn't stick. On a Saturday night, I've either got loads of time to make a meal, like 2 or 3 hours, or it's like this, and my child's hungry and I'm in a real hurry. So I'm going to get on with this as quickly as I can. If you want a little edge to your pizza, like a crust, you score a knife very lightly, not cutting all the way through the pastry, but just scoring into it. And that little section there will rise up and puff. Or you can go straight to the edge. So it's a bit like your pizza at the pizza house. It's like, do you want stuffed crust or do you want a crust on your pizza? I'm going to do a little crust here. So I'm just going all the way around the edge. It's not artistic. And I've scored it. Okay? I want to put pesto on mine because I have this jar of pesto sauce and I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to use nearly all of it, which is about nearly 2 tablespoons of pesto sauce. I'm really into pesto at the moment. I go through phases, I don't know about you, where I'm really into a particular ingredient, and at the moment it's pesto. And who knows, I might even show you how to make real homemade pesto, because that is something to behold. I tell you, that is fantastic. So I just spread my pesto sauce over the pastry. The next thing I'm going to add is my tomato. A good technique is putting a blob in each corner. And then you know you're going to get it all covered. You can use tomato puree, but I think that's just a little bit strong in flavour. I think using an actual pasta sauce, which is often being cooked with garlic and onions and different flavours, is possibly a better choice. But that's entirely up to you and your budget and your inclination. Now this next bit is the fun bit. I don't know if you've ever bought a pizza at a deli or in the supermarket where you have your choice of toppings, and they say, you know, you can have 3 toppings or 2 extra, or here you can have as many toppings as you like because it's your pizza. So I've got some cherry tomatoes and I'm just going to scatter those on the top just for a bit of, you know, extra texture. And I've also got my daughter eating cherry tomatoes this week for the first time, so I'm making the most of it. I've got some yellow peppers. Next, okay, I've got some ham. You could use sliced chorizo sausage, you could use pepperami, you could use barbecue chicken. My goodness, I mean, you could even use chicken tikka masala. If you think of all the pizza flavors that are out there at the moment, it's just up to your imagination. The one thing I'm not putting on is olives because my family don't like olives. And I've got some sweet corn here. And now is the cheesy bit. Mozzarella because it's pizza. And in fact, you know, mozzarella is a really good price. This is organic mozzarella and it was actually cheaper than the normal, you know, shop's own brand. And the thing with mozzarella is you just lay it on randomly. But you're going to get that lovely stringy cheese effect that you want with a pizza. You can make this vegetarian, obviously, just omit the ham. And you can add mushrooms and, you know, I'm sure everyone's had pizza. And here's my beautiful cheddar cheese with a little bit of parmesan hiding at the bottom left over from a carbonara I made yesterday. So nice and cheesy. I can guarantee that the quality of this pizza and the money you've spent on it is way better than anything you could buy. I am amazed and horrified at how expensive shop-bought takeaway pizza is. And it's the cheapest of cheap. So I'm hoping to convert a few people with their takeaway and save a few pennies as well. Right, I'm done. I've preheated my oven to 200 degrees and I think I'm going to give this about 15-20 minutes. Right, I'm going to come back in 15 and check it. This was in the oven for 13 minutes on 200 degrees, but my oven is a fan oven, so it is particularly hot. So it's even quick to cook as well. The final thing is I have some basil on my windowsill, and I'm just going to put a little bit of basil on because it's Italian and it works really well with pizza. But I'm sorry, if anyone says that a shop-bought pizza or takeaway pizza looks better than this, I don't believe them. And you can see the little crust edge that I've done here. And the green tinge to it is the pesto. All we're going to do is a sprinkle of basil leaves. And this silicone paper means that we can slide the pizza off. Okay, so just so you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to hold on to the silicone paper and the tray and slide it onto my chopping board. This is reusable, you just use it again and again. You give it a wipe over, job done. That's quite hot, so be careful. And it's Saturday night and my job is done in the kitchen. I have a beautiful pizza, sharp knife. I might even use paper plates and paper napkins. And that's it. Time for dinner. Olivia, dinner time.
Yum.
What do you think of that?
That looks yum.